Hi, is this Amy?
Yeah.
Hey, Amy, how's it going? This is Matt from
Hi.
WMCT Sports. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing well, thanks. Thanks again for taking some time. Sorry that we had to kind of push things around a couple of different times. I thank you for sticking with it and still continuing to
No
want to do it.
problem.
Cool.
No problem.
So yeah, we're just going to talk to you for a little while about your different experiences going on through the COVID pandemic. So first and foremost, like how are you? How is your family doing? I assume you guys are all healthy and happy.
Yeah. We're good. It's hanging in there, making the most of it. It's pretty difficult, but getting through it. We're all healthy, so that's the good thing.
Good. Have you been able to catch up on any extra reading or kind of spend some time doing some different things that you haven't been able to, kind of do with the different schedule that we all have now?
No, yeah, definitely. It was a good thing because I guess on the plus side, you get time to do things that you usually don't have time to do. It's kind of weird almost because you're not used to having so much free time. But we did the online school and stuff. But yeah, I would read randomly, try and teach myself an instrument, do bad at it, work out.
Sorry, what instrument are you trying to learn?
I tried the keyboard. I'm not very musical, so it was difficult, but tried the keyboard a little. Wasn't the best at it, but
Well, what are you trying to do? Like watch like a YouTube video and kind of go from
yeah,
there?
I would look up like easy keyboard songs.
That's cool though. Good for you for trying to do something new like that.
Yeah,
That's
I
awesome.
trying to do something different, but yeah.
Nice. Well, you said like you're filling some of your day with the online classes. Talk to me a little bit about some of the challenges that you may have, or if it's going well, like how you feel like it's kind of benefited you having to do the online classes to try to finish up your senior year.
Yeah, it was a little bit of a challenge at first because you're so used to being in the class environment with like everybody around you and just actually talking to people and doing work together and having the teacher there to like ask questions. So it was definitely a learning curve. And, some of my classes we did the video, like the Google Meet or the Zoom or whatever. But so that was good because you kind of got to talk. But for the most part, a lot of it was just through like Google Classroom. You would get the assignments and you'd do them. And it was definitely a challenge, but I think it benefited. You kind of have to like self motivate yourself to actually do the work.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas before, when you're in class, you do the work because you're in a class environment. Whereas before, you're in your house, so it kind of forces you to motivate yourself to do the work and kind of learn on your own pace and time.
Oh, that makes sense. Do you feel like having gone through all of this right now, kind of being isolated, having to kind of keep yourself occupied, having to go through the online classes now, do you feel like that's something that's going to help benefit you going forward?
Definitely. I think it's going to benefit a lot of people. As challenging and hard as it is, I think we can find the bright side in it, and you just learn a lot of different skills, and you kind of have a new sense of like you're a lot more grateful for the things you had before, and you aren't going to take for granted maybe the things you did, because before I know I would just take for granted just simply going to the store or seeing my friends, and now it definitely makes you appreciate those things more, and definitely you just learn a lot of different skills and a kind of a new mindset.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, not being able to see your friends as much, I mean that has to kind of weigh on you a little bit. Has there been any difficulty in dealing with some of the anxiety or some of the stress associated with this?
No, it definitely does, especially when our senior year too. It's like you pictured it being just with your friends all the time and doing stuff together, and it's definitely hard. It definitely weighs on you a little bit because I love my family, I love seeing them, but definitely there's a different bond that you have with your friends going through like the stresses of high school and just everyday life. So it definitely weighs on you a little bit, but luckily we have technology today where you can text and FaceTime and all that stuff, but it definitely does weigh on you a little bit. But like I said, you just have to make the most of it.
Oh, that's great. Good for you. Now you got to play this last season for hockey. That is. You were
Yeah.
able to play with Algonquin and Hudson. You did like the co-op over there. You had a great
Yeah.
year. You scored a program record 44 points. You had 131 points for your career, which is also a school record. What drew you to want to play hockey? And talk to me about your time with that co-op program.
Oh yeah, I love hockey. It's one of the biggest parts of my life. I started skating like I think I was 2. It was like the same time I was walking. My older brother, he plays hockey, or he did, and he was playing when he was really young, and then I got into it. I actually wanted to figure skate, but I hated it. So then I was like, I want to play hockey, and I gave it a try, and I fell in love with it instantly. And then I just kept playing it, and then I got to high school and tried out for Algonquin, and it was just an awesome 4 years. One of the greatest teams I've played for, a great experience, and just made so many friends, learned so much. It was awesome.
Now, what about figure skating? Was it that didn't really suit you?
Figure skating is awesome. It was almost something I wish I stuck with, because you watched it on TV. It's incredible. But I hated the toe pick on the skate. That was the one thing that got me. I couldn't get used to it. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to try hockey.
Fair enough. So, with that, you've been able to parlay these skills, and now you're going to be going to Baxter next year. Is that correct?
I'm going to Becker next year.
Oh, Becker. I apologize.
No problem, yeah.
Autocorrect. But yeah, so you're going to be going to Becker next year. Talk to me about, what led you to maybe want to pursue that school? Were there other schools involved? And talk to me about how excited you are to be able to continue your hockey career there.
Oh, yeah, I'm so excited. I knew I wanted to play hockey in college for a long time. Like my freshman year, I was like, I want to go play in college. And, I had a couple different schools options, and then it became a pretty easy choice for me, because I knew I wanted to go to like a smaller school and stay kind of closer to home. And then also it just had a lot of programs that I really liked. I want to do something geared towards animals, and they have a lot of different opportunities for that. And I also got the chance to play hockey, which I knew I wanted to do. So it became a pretty easy decision, and I'm really excited to continue my career and my education there.
That's great. So you want to work with animals? What led you to want to do that?
Yeah, I've always loved animals. I have 2 pets of my own right now, and I love them so much. And I know that I definitely want a career towards helping animals and just people, and animals are I just love them a lot.
Now, is that something like you want to become a vet, or like what specific career field do you see yourself pursuing?
Yeah, right now my major going in is pre-veterinary. They have a program for that.
Oh, great.
And I would definitely love to pursue that and possibly go to vet school after college. That's been a lifelong dream for me. I would love to become a veterinarian. It'd be awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, I'm sure having pets and working with animals is something that's kind of, well, not working with animals yet, but just having the pets themselves has been something that could probably help kind of alleviate some of the social stress of not having a lot of your friends around right now.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I've always had my animals, for just comfort in general. And it's awesome because, I get to get out and walk my dog all the time and just, play with her outside and do all that. So it's definitely helpful to have them in this time.
Oh, that's great. We'll switch from hockey and Becker and all that. We'll talk about softball. Last year you played for Coach Ward, right?
Yeah.
And now this year there was a switching with the coaching staff, and you're going to be playing for Coach Flynn. Talk to me about your experiences with Coach Ward last year, and just some of your general impressions over the short time that you've known Coach Flynn.
Yeah. So last year it was Coach Ward, and he was great. It was a great team, great season. And then Coach Flynn was the assistant coach at the time, and she's great. I'm really sad that I won't get to play for her this year, because she was a great coach, and so was Coach Ward. They know a lot about the game, and they were great coaches, but more than that, they are just great people, and that they really care about the team and just everyone. And so, yeah, Coach Flynn, I was really excited to play for her this year, but obviously, unfortunately, that's not going to happen. But I know that she'll bring the program really far.
That's good. Now, I saw some of the pictures on social media. Your athletic director, Jeff Radzinski, and Coach Flynn, they had gone around to some of the houses of some of the seniors, giving you guys balloons, kind of giving you that moment of recognition on what would have been your senior day. Can you talk to me a little bit about what that experience meant to you?
Yeah, that was awesome. I think that just really shows too, how much of an effort and how much they're putting in and how much they really do care about their players who unfortunately didn't get to play their senior seasons. It was awesome. It completely made my day. She texted us and said we were going to have a surprise visit, and I was like, I don't know what it's going to be. And they came and brought us the balloons and the posters, and it was just awesome to kind of have that sense of like a senior day because we don't get to have an actual one.
Right.
But yeah, it was definitely awesome, and I'm so thankful that they did that.
That's great. Like you said, unfortunately, you guys didn't get to play your senior year in the spring season with softball. Can you talk to me a little bit, or try to explain to people in the community what was it like for you and some of your teammates in the weeks leading up to that decision being made, and then some of the emotions that were associated with learning that you weren't going to be able to play this last season?
Yeah, it was definitely hard. In March and early April, it was just postponed at first. So then you kind of had a little bit of hope that, oh, maybe we'll get to play like half a season or something like that. And so then as obviously things progressed and school got canceled and then the season got canceled, it was definitely a hard pill to swallow. It's hard for anyone who plays sports and doesn't get to play, but I think especially for the seniors, because for a lot of us, it's our last season, playing that sport. So it was definitely hard and emotional, but obviously it was what had to be done. And it's unfortunate, but like I said, you do have to make the most of it. But I'm just grateful for the time I did get to have playing softball.
Oh, it's a wonderful perspective that you have on it. I couldn't imagine. I played sports throughout my time in high school too, and playing baseball all full years. I couldn't imagine being a senior in my last opportunity to put on my high school uniform would have been taken away from me. So I give a lot of you a lot of credit for being able to stick through it the best that you have. It's really nice.
Yeah, it's something, you look forward to it too. It's like your senior season, you get the senior day, you do all of that, but yeah, it's hard, but you gotta just be happy with what you did have.
Yeah, and it's about all of us, having our civic duty and making sure that we're doing what we're supposed to do to make sure that everyone's okay. So
no, yeah, definitely. It's definitely, as much as I'd love to go out and just play a game, you have to put the safety of everyone first, obviously, always.
That's great. So the end of a senior year, aside from playing softball and all that, that it's littered with other opportunities or other days. Like, at some schools you have a skip day, and then obviously there's things like proms and graduations, these types of things that you really didn't get to participate in. What do you think, looking back, what you think you'll have missed out on the most?
I think, it's really hard, your senior year. You look forward to the senior skip day, the prom, the graduation, the whole senior week. But I think out of everything, I think I'm definitely just going to miss having that last day of school. Because you always love the last day of school. You sign everyone's yearbook, they sign yours, and you kind of say goodbye to all your teachers, everybody, and all your friends. And I'm definitely sad that the last day of school we had no idea that was our last day.
Right.
So I wish we could just go back like one more time and, say goodbye to everyone, kind of close the chapter on a little bit of a better note. But yeah, that's probably what I missed the most.
No, that's true. I hadn't really thought about that in particular. You look back on what was your last day, and if you just could have known, what you would have done with those moments. But it's just not something that anybody could have foreseen, or you can't really do anything about at this point. But hey, I just want to thank you so much again. You've been so well spoken, and thank you so much for taking the time to speak with us here at WMCT Sports. I really do appreciate it.
No problem. Thank you for talking to me.
No, that's all right. I'll be sending you a copy of the video when it becomes available. Okay, Amy?
Okay, awesome. Thank you.
All right, you're welcome. Good luck next year. Okay, take care.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.